For many families snowed under by the stress of city life, a sea or tree change seems like the ultimate dream. And with our cities reaching capacity, one state government is now urging people to go ahead and make that change. And as David Richardson has discovered, they're even willing to pay you for the privilege.
They're finding the cost of living, the stress and strain of city living too much. There is a better alternative.
I'm living the dream, and I've mentioned that to many people before. We're just loving it so much up here, and yeah, I wish I did it years and years ago.
Meet the McCarthys, Steve, his wife Jane and their two young boys. Until recently, full-blood city slickers. Now country bumpkins, tree changers, and they're loving it.
I didn't want to raise my kids in the city. I like the idea of travelling from one side of town to the other in 10 minutes and paying no tolls.
Steve bought a mobile cafe franchise in Tamworth, the home of the Golden Guitar, leaving the hustle and bustle of the big smoke behind. They're saving a fortune, saving time and enjoying a quality of life all over again.
It was a snap decision. I mentioned it to my wife. 1 minute, she agreed the next, and we have absolutely no regrets.
Sea change and tree change, where people move from the city to the idyllic coastal and rural areas for a slower pace of life. Now one state government is offering money to do just that, to move, to get people out of the big cities.
Well, the New South Wales Government will provide families who make the tree or sea change a $7,000 relocation grant where they sell a property in the Sydney metropolitan area and buy a property in a regional community.
New South Wales Deputy Premier and Minister for Regional Services, Andrew Stoner, is trying to get people to move away from Sydney.
It really is overcrowded. We think that it just makes common sense to encourage growth elsewhere in the state when the city is already crammed.
How many people do you want to move out?
40,000 families we hope will take up the offer to make the tree or sea change.
Already a number of major regional cities have banded together to lure people to their areas. Evo cities promoting their lifestyles, and the campaign is working.
We took a drive. We quite instantly went on a drive to Armidale to visit a friend that we'd met on a horse ride, and 10 days later we owned a house.
Hamish, Virginia and their daughter are packing up their inner city home and going bush. They've been spending weekends at a rural retreat and finally decided to make it permanent.
We just found every Sunday night coming back into Sydney was getting more and more difficult, and we kept saying, why are we living here?
The architect builders sold their terrace house, bought this new one in Armidale. They move in a couple of weeks.
Did you have any second thoughts?
I had a second thought the second time I went to visit the house, and the second thought lasted about 2 hours.
I think we've just made the best decision that we've made in a long time.
It's not the first time cities, even tiny towns, have fought to attract fresh blood. The hamlet of Trundle in central west New South Wales offered farm rents for $1 a week to boost their population. Other towns across the country have done similar things. But it's the first time a government has offered a handout to get people to move. Officially, the $7,000 offers start on July the 1st, with allowance for 10,000 families in the first year.
What advice would you have for people who are thinking of making the move?
You can spend a long time standing at the edge of the abyss, wondering what would it be like to live this other life. Or you can just jump. And so I would say, jump, have a go.
That's David Richardson reporting, and for more information on that government grant, you can just go straight to our website for all the details. Stay with